Hey everybody, Brannon Beliso here, coming to you live from One Martial Arts in Millbrae with our awesome mission statement behind us. I'm going to give you a chance to log on, give everybody a chance to start climbing aboard. As you come aboard, please say hello. Let me know that you are here. Over here at Instagram, we've got people coming aboard. Please, those are your handle names, but type in there so you can be entered into our drawing. Tonight, we're giving away our biggest prize ever, a $1,000 voucher. Good for it's 1 month free off my 8-month mentoring program. Ask anybody that's taken my 8-month mentoring program. It is life-changing. Talk to Dean Wilkerson. You know, there's so many people that have gone through it and will attest to Andy and Hester Mishkin, will attest to Rich Biacherini. There's so many people, and the power of it is phenomenal. Phenomenal. So I'm going to give you a chance to log in. As you log in, do say hello. That way we can get your name down. Hey, what's up, Hester, over at Instagram? Greg Bazan, what's happening, sir? Hey, Hester and Andy. Give everybody the chance to log in. Jay, Nicholas, Matt, the new people coming aboard at Facebook. Steven, what's happening, sir? Anybody here for the first time, do type in. Everybody should say hello. That way we can enter you into our drawing. So we can enter you into our drawing. But as you come aboard, it'll give us the opportunity to say hello. We have Cliff, Don O'Neill, Brian, Danny Hendrick, Carlos Desjardins, Sabora Chan, Maria, Cliff, George, K1, David, Brian, Andy, Jason, Michael, Justin De Leon, George Ney, the House of Martial Arts. Hello, everyone. First time for Greg joining us. Excellent. As you come aboard, do say hello, do say hello. Michael Pam. What's up, sir? Gina. And everybody at Instagram, same thing. As you come aboard, please say hello. We're slowly, this is only our second time at Instagram, beginning to build that following at Instagram as well. So, but I know Instagram runs out in an hour. It just shuts you down. So fortunately, if you lose us after an hour, then do join us back at Facebook. Nicholas, representing CB Martial Arts from Oklahoma. Hello, sir. TMA Chipley. I always say that. It sounds better than having to say your name. Gina Sowers, Freedom Sowers. I hope I'm saying that right. Sowers. Freedom Martial Arts Academy. Jason. Bud. What's happening, sir? We're going to give people a few more seconds to come aboard. Iron Lion Karate from New Jersey. Little Monster Mostrito Soda. You guys have the... Do you guys have the jiu-jitsu place in Florida? Did we actually meet in Cozumel? Just a quick question. Jay Elliott, Family Taekwondo Champions, Brookfield, Wisconsin. Michael Stinson. Hey, Michael, sir. As you come aboard, Instagram, Facebook, say hello. Tell us know where you're tuning in from. Tonight, we're giving away $1,000 off on my 8-month mentoring program to one select person who I hope takes full advantage of that, invest into that, and we will change your life. Michael Stinson, Dave. Eatontown Martial Arts for Carlos Desjardins. Eatontown Martial Arts in Eatontown, New Jersey. Jim Dryberg. Hey, what's up, Jim? Dave Tomasello. Michael Stinson is Quest Martial Arts and Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Chandler. Awesome. James Baker. Lawrence Wong. What's happening, Larry? As you come aboard over at Instagram, same thing. Do say hello. Let us know your name and your school. That way we can get you entered into our drawing. As I shared, we're giving away a $1,000 voucher off my 8-month mentoring program called It's Time. Eric Garcia, what's happening, sir? All right, Nicholas Quadros over here at Instagram as well, doubling his odds. Corey Rose, what's happening, sir? Cool, everybody's coming aboard. Keep coming aboard, saying hello. Fred Bell. Bell's American Karate and Fitness, Fresno, California. You're not that far away from me, Fred. Should come down and visit. Maybe join us for It's Time live encore in November. Pretty cool. Not that far away, sir. We're on a few minutes early tonight, just because we are. I'm smart enough to suck on some throat lozenges too now. We get into these things and we rock hard for an hour or so, and it's pretty much nonstop. Chris Malloy, all the way from Australia. Sabor Chan, hey Fred Bell, how are you, my brother? Chris Malloy. Hey, sir. As you come aboard, Instagram, Facebook, say hello, check in, so we can enter your name into the drawing. Richard Jerome, Lyle Christie. Richard Jerome, didn't you and I go to elementary school together, sir? I think so. Lyle Christie's one of my classmates. We trained together. Alrighty. Wow, everybody's still climbing aboard. We'll keep asking you to say hello and put in your name to be entered to win the $1,000 voucher for my 8-month mentoring program, It's Time, with me, Brannon Beliso. Ed, good evening, Ed, sir. So I want to welcome you. This is Success Never Sleeps with me, Brannon Beliso, presented by Rainmaker Membership Systems and Software, my exclusive software sponsor. We are now out there seeking sponsorship, and Rainmaker stepped up right away, and they've invested more money to be the exclusive software sponsor for this event. So I'm very grateful for that to Scott and the gang out there, and I just want to say thank you so much. So much. Peter Chan, Steve Barkley, Steve Williams, Leo Castro. So I want to begin with, I had posted last night that in September, we brought in $170,000 and some change. And people were saying, well, what's the division of that? Well, it's predominantly traditional martial arts classes. We had about 20,000 of that 170 that was actually early registration for day camp. Now, what's brilliant about that, I first got the idea about early registration from Top Kit, my friends out on the East Coast. They do early registration as soon as camp ends. They put this early registration in front of you. Why? Because it's such a great discount. We offer $75 off a week. So instead of $325, people are paying us $250. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. But what the difference is this. If you get a chance, go to steveandkatescamp.com. steveandkatescamp.com. They're probably the leaders in day camps in the nation. And as I study their business model, the one thing I found very intriguing about it was you could show up that day unannounced, and they'll have a spot for you. You can book by the day. You can book by the week. They're fully staffed. They're overstaffed, so they can always accommodate you at the last minute. And I thought, wow, that could be a logistics nightmare, right, with staffing. But then I saw how that made a lot of sense. Something comes up, moms get a little crazy during the summer with the kids there every day. They just want to drop them off for a day, different things of that nature. But what I think was amazing about Steve and Kate is if you book these weeks now and you pay for these weeks now and you don't use them, guess what? They give you a full refund. That's pretty powerful, right? That's pretty powerful. That's saying if we don't serve you, if you don't use this, then we don't charge you. And I get that. That makes a lot of sense to me. I can't tell you how many people over the summer simply showed up at our front door, just showed up unannounced. And it was pretty powerful to be able to accommodate them. So that's a higher level of service, as well as the additional revenue that came in from camp. Now, the setback is, wow, you're going to have to write those refund checks, right? So I think this year for the 2017 summer camp season, we probably wrote back about $10,000 in refunds, all right? But we increased our revenue overall by about $40,000. So you see where I'm going with that? Stop stepping over a dollar to pick up a penny. And that's the big thing. Is you look when you cut that. I mean, I had a kid, they bought 12 weeks, and they didn't use any of it. He came back in September to classes, and his dad asked for a $3,000 refund check, and I cut it. What are you going to do, right? But again, because we offered that, more people bought camp, and then more people used it naturally. And you know what I like in that too? Here's a great example. Everybody knows of Zappos, the online shoe company. Who knows of Zappos, the online shoe company? Type it in. Fred Bell, doing well and planning a November trip. Good. I hope you come out and see us, sir. It's going to be awesome. It's Time Live Encore. Hey, what's up, Daniel, sir? I understand you're coming in November as well. Nathan, Steven, keep coming aboard. As you come aboard, do say hello. Cool. All right. So with that said, it's super, super powerful. When I studied Zappos, one of the first things he said, well, what's the problem with selling shoes online? People can't try them on. Okay, I can't try them on. Well, then what's the setback? Well, because they have to pay shipping both ways. When they buy a pair of shoes, they have to pay for shipping. When they return that shoe, if it doesn't fit or they don't like it, they have to pay shipping. So here's what he said. Well, let's do free shipping both ways. And he said, you're crazy. That's going to kill us. Shipping charges alone are just going to kill the company. He goes, I don't think so. So what ends up happening now is women predominantly will buy 20 pairs of shoes, try on all 20 because the shipping's free, send back 10 maybe, and they would have purchased 10 shoes. So other than the shipping cost, they purchased 10 pairs of shoes. Brilliant, right? Brilliant. See, that's what we talk about, being a disruptor, which I've been labeled in this industry, a disruptor. I've come into this industry with a new way of thinking, a new way of doing business, and it's taking hold. People are finding prosperity. People are doing really well with it, and it's throwing off the old guard. The old guard's looking at the way we're doing business and going, wow. Because I think truly at a heart level, doing business based upon service versus contracts, upgrades, belt fees, black belt clubs, all those different things where we're perceived as nickel and diming, always asking people to reach into their pocket, is truly in line with the Buddha spirit. Can anybody agree with me on that? Anybody agree with me on that? Good, thank you. Zappos, right there. Thank you, Jim. Justin Ladson, Scott, Jody, my brother Jody, Jason, Trinity, from Trinity Martial Arts. Excellent. As you're coming aboard, do say hello. For the new people coming aboard, by saying hello, you're automatically entered into our drawing, which is could win you a $1,000 voucher off my 8-month mentoring course. It's time with me, Brannon Beliso. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. It's our biggest prize to date, and we want you to take advantage of that. Ashley Willis, Jason Smith, Jody, I truly respect you. Well, I truly love you, my brother. I do. You're a good soul. And I think you deserve so much more. I just do. Justin, Cameron Paul. Hey, Cameron Paul. Kelly Webb. Hey, Kelly. Nathan. Good. Everybody's saying hello. Over here at Instagram as well, you guys check in, please. Say hello, say hello. So that's what I thought was so brilliant about Zappos, is that it was really, they'll tell you all the time, we're not in the shoe business, we're in the service business. So when he looked at it, he says it's bad service. You're going to charge them shipping both ways. That's not fair, because you have to be able to touch, feel, and try on this product if they're going to decide to purchase it. And if we put in an obstacle, which is charging them for shipping both ways, we reduce the chance of that experience. So let's increase our service and improve it. So then when I turned around and I saw Stephen Cates' business model of offering full refunds on camp, and being allowed to simply show up on a Monday morning and drop your kid off, or you could book a week and show one day here, one day the next week, one day, however which way you want to do it. I thought that was brilliant service. So we adopted that thinking a year ago. So a combination of top kicks, early registration, as well as full refunds, in just the past day, in the past 2 days, because people wait till the last minute, we sold like $20,000 in camp. $20,000. So out of the 170, 20,000 of it was early registration. And this month, in the month of October, we'll do $50 off a week of camp. And then the same thing in November, December, we'll do 25, and just keep pushing that through the pipe until January. Once we hit January, it's 325. That's life. That's the way it goes, So with that said, we've booked more camps than ever. So the rest of it, the 150,000, was all traditional martial arts programs. We don't do a lot of specials. We don't do, 10% off tax time. We don't do any of that. I like to believe we're a lot like Apple in the respect that what you see is what you get. They're not going to reduce the price on the iPhone because it's Groundhog's Day. right? Or it's the fall special. You'll never see that from Apple, but what you will see Apple do is constantly invest their money into improving their product. Somebody was asking me today, and they said, I'm just not getting people through the door. I'm not getting more students to come in. They don't know who I am. They don't know what we're about. I said, well, that sounds like you need to get in and do some cultural marketing. You need to get out into the public more. With that 3 to 5 mile radius of your school, you got to own that. You need to be visible. And if I walk into the school on the first day, while teachers are doing their lesson plans with a big box of donuts in my karate uniform, that's played out. They see that stuff a mile away. So it's really about being creative and innovative based upon your demographic and your community. Each community responds differently. Don't you agree? I agree. So for great example, why did we invest in those cotton candy machines? They're such an easy entry point. We donate them to back to school nights. We donate them to soccer openings. We donate them, everywhere. And I send out a team. They're wearing One Martial Arts t-shirts. They're doing up cotton candy for free. And we have rack cards and everything present with a little acrylic box that says win a $100 Visa gift card. Now, why do we do all those things? Because they don't know us and they don't care. But hey, I want free cotton candy. Hey, I want to win a $100 Visa gift card. And organically, while they're standing in line waiting for cotton candy, while they're entering their name and their email into this drawing for a $100 Visa gift card, which we will give away at the height of the event, right in the middle. We might give away 2 or 3. We're organically talking to them, introducing them to our product. You feel me? It's kind of like a roundabout way, but what it gives us is a captive audience to start planting seeds. And we find that to be very successful. So part of what he was asking, and let me just get in there and say hello to a few more people. Marcia. Good evening, Marcia. Larry. Master Cecil Peoples. Good evening, sir. John Clemens. David, sir. Titus. As you guys check in, please say hello, and you'll be entered into our drawing for a $1,000 voucher if you enroll in my It's Time mentoring program. It's an 8-month mentoring program. It's $8,000, but if you enroll, if you paid it in full, it's only $7,200 plus a $1,000 voucher. You're going to pay $6,200 for an 8-month mentoring course valued at $8,000. Think about it. Now's the time. Hopefully the winner will take full advantage of that and find a way to make that happen. To have me in your back pocket 24/7, 365 over 8 months is pretty powerful. What I do for businesses, from branding to helping you choose the right copy to defining your brand and your values. And there's so many elements of the business. I'm very challenged when all I hear from school owners is, how do I get 10 more students? That's it. You're so fixated on getting 10 more students. You know why? Because you can't keep the 10 you have. And everybody says my retention's great. If your retention's great, why after 3-4 years you still have 100 students? Your retention is not great. Numbers do not lie. So you need to look at that passionately. So I'm very big on that. I'm kind of like Restaurant Impossible. I like coming into a business and covering every area. So that way we leave no rock unturned, no excuse if we don't succeed, and we can really go about that business in a unique way. Cool? So think about that. Oh, so Hester's sharing. She followed my lead and she sold 18 weeks of camp so far. There you go. There you go. Yeah, Greg Jotty is an awesome dude. So there you go. Over at Instagram, she's sharing they sold 18 weeks of camp by doing it early with full refunds. Yeah, see, being a disruptor is really about coming into an industry and showing new, unique ways to do business. Every one of you are creative. Every one of you are a thought leader or a critical thinker. Everyone, you have that ability. You just have to stop asking, people to do it for you. Buying someone's program, turnkey, out of the box. You got to do the hard work. So getting back to that, I got to get more students and nobody knows who I am. I really believe to this day, with all the Facebook ads, with all of the digital marketing and Google AdWords and everything else out there, nothing beats a referral or word of mouth. Nothing beats a referral word of mouth. I've said that twice. I'll say it one more time. Nothing beats referrals or word of mouth. Now, what's going to inspire somebody to refer your business or to talk about your business outside of the school? Anybody? Come on, critical thinkers, pipe in, help me out. What's going to inspire people to talk about your business outside of the school? At the bus stop while they're waiting to pick up the kids from school, or sitting in the local yogurt place with her best friend and their kids. What's going to inspire, predominantly a mom, right? Because the mom bring the kids. What's going to inspire them to talk about your kids? Talk about the school. Kalani, sir, what's happening? Grandmaster Park, Daniel Bauer, Neil, Steven, Carlos. Disrupt, you heard that twice on Shark Tank. Yeah, well, Master Hung Tran labeled me that a couple of weeks ago. And honestly, I didn't know what that meant. At first, I thought, wow, I'm disruptive. That's not good. But once I Googled the definition of disruptor, I'm very honored to be labeled that by Master Hung Tran. And it's something I'm going to use now, and it's going to carry with me, and I dig it. So I love it. Service. I agree with you, Stephen. Service. If we teach better classes, if we serve people better, if we train our team better, if we improve our curriculum more, if we do all of those things, we create that Disney experience, right? Because it's all centers around the product. And the product, it's like food in a restaurant. You want to put a bad restaurant out of business, give them great marketing, right? So that's why I'm very passionate about working from the inside out, right? Hester's adding in trust, consistently great experience and service. And trust is really the last true form of marketing. It really is. It's no longer content is king. Trust is king. There are so many salesmen, not in just our industry, but in every industry. There's so many salesmen that are out there just doing a numbers game. They call you every day. I get that. Can't stand it. They call me like they know me and they're my friend. Hey, Brannon, how you doing? Who's this? Well, this is so, and you just run 3 days and 4 nights. Click, I hang up. Because 1, I don't trust you. 2, you're pretending you're my friend and you know me. So you see, trust is truly the last true form of marketing. And if everything we can do would focus on building trust instead of what's our ROI, we offer ourselves a unique opportunity to organically build relationships. And those type of relationships built upon trust, which take time, are not only sustainable, but they're growth oriented. I was thinking about that today. You know, the majority of my team has been with me, God, some of them like a decade or longer. And I'm going, wow, that's pretty cool. That's very cool. And I'm grateful for that because we've built those relationships because I grew up in my father's school and it was all about family. So culturally, we perpetuate that and we work with that, you know, and we're passionate about that. So once you understand that and you really focus on building trust and not just what's my ROI, what's my ROI, what's my ROI, then you offer yourself that unique opportunity. So many people say, well, I don't get it. I don't get it. I signed up, you know, I was talking to one school owner and I kid you not. That's who else is aboard? Teddy Martin, Joseph Chacon, Michael Othman, Bill, what's up, Bill? Bill Gwack, Faith Gordon. My wife is here. My wife is watching. Corey Rose. The effect of the program on the members. Have to put the kids to bed. Thanks. You got it, Corey. Steve Barkley. They feel connected to your business and identify with your values. Yep. They feel connected to your business because they identify with your values, Steve. John Miller, Zen Dojo's here. Hey, John. What's happening? Over here at Instagram, the tribe's growing as well. Keep saying hello, folks. Check in, so you can be entered into that drawing. So with that said, I know it's hard. We all need new students. I understand that. But there's a better way to do it. And that is through service. You stand there with a clipboard and you're blocking people off as they're going into the movie theater and, hey, you want to break a board? Hey, you want to spin the wheel? It's just, I don't want to start my life off that way with somebody in the martial arts. I want to organically be there. And you know, how all the obstacles are removed. When you come into our booth and there's bubble machines blowing bubbles, there's a big sign that says free cotton candy and water. Someone's dressed as Kung Fu Panda dancing around. Everybody's just hanging out, being family, just being a tribe. And people come in and they're curious about that. And they want to be part of that. And there's no selling involved. Yes, the rack cards are up and the displays are up. Everything's there. And we got the acrylic box. If you choose to, no one's going to force you. Enter the drawing and win $100, right? And we take that information, put it in a responsible email flow, sending you 4 emails over a week, and then we leave you alone. We don't do 246 calls. We do none of those things. I think they're intrusive. When you call me and I'm not expecting it, I don't like you. That's me. Does anybody else feel that way, or is that just me? Hey, what's up, Joe? Jeremy Epstein. Lots of people coming aboard. All right. So I think my point is made with that. So if you want to do a trunk or treat thing, and that was what it all centered around, do I charge? Do I give an incentive if the student brings a friend? Or how about if I say you can't come to the trunk or treat unless they bring a friend that's never been there? I personally would not set a condition on anything like that. Anything. Now, if I wanted to do something community-based where I said we're taking a $5 donation for the trunk or treat and we're going to donate it back to the local breast cancer awareness group, something like that, that is doable. That's something that's doable. But remember, if you're going to roll out this trunk or treat and you're competing against all these other bigger haunted houses and different organizations, right, then you need to make an impact. And yes, we could break a board. Yes, we could do those different things. But again, they've been done before. So I'm going to challenge everybody that does a trunk or treat. How can you make that more innovative? How can you make more of a Disney experience that's going to have them talking for weeks and months to come? How can you do that? Any ideas? Any ideas? What's up, Kim, John, George? And I say that passionately. People are blown away that we don't do those 246 calls, and we did $170,000 last month. We'll do 1.9 million this year, and we don't do any of those things. But really, we focus all our energy on staff training. We focus on curriculum development. We focus on improving our service. We focus on all of that, and being accountable at the highest level, doing the right thing by people. And we don't sugarcoat it. We don't, rationalize our behavior at all. And that's our choice. Some people will tell you, we want to teach commitment. So they have to sign a contract for 1 year because it teaches them to be committed to something. I say, you're holding me hostage. You should let me come in here and train month to month. If I like it, I stay. If I don't, I leave. That's what I think is right. But again, that's me. That's how I feel. The question is, how do you feel? And do you believe in it so much that you're willing to go out there? And on a daily basis, serve that up to the public and feel confident in that, right? Talking to one guy, I think he's been open 8 years or something. He has 60 students, and he does an enrollment fee. He does 6-month contracts, $75 bell testing fees. I said, how's that working for you, buddy? It's not. And if you can't admit that's not working, then I'm challenged by that. Cool? David Rosenberg. All right. What are your flows set up as? They're different ones. We'll have our preschool, our excellent kids program, we'll have an excellent kids flow. So for example, the minute you opt in, you get put into a flow. So there's, hey, thank you for connecting with One Martial Arts, and your interest in excellent kids program. Here's the schedule. Here's the basic, philosophy of the program. Boom, boom, here's some reviews. And by the way, if we may serve you better, feel free to email the number and we'll call you. See, so we do that. And if they decide to hop on it and say, yes, we do. Second one, we really do, I'm big on values, even more than benefits, values, the value of the program. Your child will be a better listener. Your child will learn to do things right away. And the life skills. If you simply say focus by itself, that's not tangible. But I'm a parent. If you tell me my child will be a better listener and my child will do things right away, that's a value to me. If you simply say we teach focus and discipline, that means nothing to me. It means nothing as a parent. Give me some specifics. Your teenager will have a more positive attitude and will respect you, give you the respect that you deserve. See, isn't that more value-based than simply, your teenager will learn to have a great attitude? By itself, it's nothing. So you really want to delve deeper anytime you're writing content with that. Cool? So Ed's saying October Festival, fun games, invite the community, free candy, drinks, pizza, etc. Sure, absolutely. Michael McAnally. Michael's asking, what specials do you run for each program? We do the same thing, sir. We have 4 weeks in a uniform for $99 or 4 weeks in boxing gloves for $99. We also have 3 months with boxing gloves that are uniform at $299. It's like 3 specials put together. But the trial by itself isn't really about generating income so much as it is getting them to test the product, right? I feel 4 weeks is what they really need. 4 weeks is what they truly, truly, truly need, especially for a mom. They'll sit there and talk to other moms. They'll see a change in their child over 4 weeks. They'll earn 3 life skill badges, a couple of tips on the belt. The parent sees that they're progressing, and hopefully they came to one of our community events, a buddy day, a bully workshop, or our free parents night out that we hold every month. Because each month we always have a special event, and we want to invite those trials to them. See, so I believe 4 weeks is perfect, and so we don't tend to do a lot of different things like that, sir. We really believe the specials we run are happening in each class, with the hello at the front door, with making sure the parent gets a curriculum video and they fully understand, where their child is today and what our goal is over the next month. All those different things we believe are worth more than just some $19.99 that gets them through the door. The problem, I believe, for the $19.99 is most people suffer sticker shock. They're doing it at $19.99, then you're going to bump them up to $199 a month, and that's what we charge? That's horrific. And I learned that when I did Groupons. I think we had like 800 Grouponers. I kid you not. And 40 people signed up. The work we went through to get 40 students, and the people coming through the door had no respect for our culture, didn't care. They simply took the gloves and walked off, never came back for a second class. There were tons, because you know why? It's 1999. The heck is that? It's nothing, right? It's nothing. And I don't want a relationship where you do an impulse buy at 1999 and I schmooze you and rope you in to get you to sign up for a 60 class card on the first night, and then you have buyer's remorse and you hate me moving forward thereafter, right? Not a cool thing. I really want you. I believe the key to empowerment is you have got to want to be here. And if we can show you that with 4 weeks, then you make that choice for yourself. That is one more step towards building self-confidence, one more step towards empowerment. But if I coerce you with some cool sales script or something of that nature, and you sign up and then you resent me for the next year while you're on a contract, it's not a good deal. It's a pretty bad deal if you think about it. Jessica Ann, good evening. Brian McCann, how long are your white belts in a separate class for? 3 months. But some people earn that yellow belt quicker, Brian, sir. They'll earn it in like 6 to 8 weeks. Depends how much they practice, how much they train, if they're using the curriculum videos, all those different things. So ideally, no more than 3 months, no more, because you want to get them into level 1. That's where the real stuff starts happening. But we want them in a very controlled environment. So having the white belts in their own specific class, it's non-intimidating. It's smaller. They get more attention. They're working at their own pace. We don't expect them to earn 1 tip every 2 weeks. We let them work at their own pace. But in an ideal world, they'll have the 6 stripes over 3 months. That would be ideal. What's up, Tara? Tara Van Dusen. Jason Wolf, very expensive. What's very expensive, Jason? All right. So here we go. Questions. Start putting them in. This is Success Never Sleeps with me, Brannon Beliso, presented by Rainmaker Membership Systems and Softwares, where you, the critical thinkers, where you, the thought leaders, are learning to become a disruptor. How many can type in them right now and say, I am a disruptor, right? The goal is once you can be profitable as a disruptor, creating new and innovative ways that work within your value system, then people are going to listen to you. It's unfortunate that I have to post things like we did $170,000. It's unfortunate I have to post that we'll do 1.9 million. It's unfortunate that because of that, people allow me a voice. People should listen just because I have something that's good to say, right? Something that's relevant, something that can impact our industry, being a disruptor. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And it's my goal to share with you that you can be extremely profitable if you make service the new profit. Cool? Ed, I'm a disruptor. Good for you, sir. Craig, how to join Groupon? I wouldn't join Groupon, sir. It's not my thing. I don't recommend Groupon. It didn't work for us. They call us every day. Well, not every day. They call us at least once a month. Not our thing. Because those people are loyal to the Groupon brand. They're not loyal to you. They didn't seek you out. They didn't do that homework. They got as far as, hey, here's this special Groupon, da-da-da-da-da, and you save this much money. They never got into the gist of who we are, nor do they care. They're simply looking for the next Groupon deal. It's like when I get my car detailed. All I do is go to Groupon and look for what's the best detail price in my area. That's all that's about. And I go from one detailer to another. Whoever's got the Groupon. I'm never going to detail at one place and then pay them more after that to continue detailing my car. So I don't want people walking through our door with that mentality. So for us, Groupon does not work. Some people swear by Groupon. They love Groupon. All right? Gina, I am a disruptor. Jay, I've been using the One Merit Badge system in mine. I've had great success. Good for you, sir. Everybody get a chance if you go to my onemeritbadges.com. It is a life skill system that I wrote, used in 400 schools worldwide, because again, I recognize we teach it better than soccer, football, baseball, but you can't just simply put discipline up on your wall and hope that people are going to come in and you say we teach discipline. I said that's one thing. My papa would say, you do 5,000 kicks, you learn discipline. I say, no, Dad, I have a really good kick. The mind is a muscle. I must have some type of life skills written system in place to teach people life skills efficiently. You feel me? So we do that better. No one's going to go to a soccer coach and say, teach my kid focus and discipline. They will walk through your door. They will demand it. So that's where the One Merit Badges came out of. And again, I wrote it because being a martial artist on the floor every day, I saw the huge misses, the huge gaps in some of these out-of-the-box life skill systems developed by people that are not martial artists. I think the way we teach life skills is very unique to the culture and the format of our classes. So for me to buy somebody's child life skills thing that's never strapped on a belt, never been punched in the face, never ran a class, never, took a black belt test, I have a hard time with that. But that's me again, okay? That's just me. It doesn't discount who they are and the credibility that they have as a child psychologist. It does not in any way. I'm just saying for me and the culture we created, I saw the huge gap in the presentation and the way we execute life skills on a daily basis in our classes. Thus is how I wrote One Merit Badges. If you want to know more about that, go to onemeritbadges.com. Jason saying, hey, Jacob Wolfman, what's up, sir? Jacob Wolfman of Hypa. Craig, how do you use that merit badge program? Just go to onemeritbadges.com and you'll find information there. And I'll talk to you offline about that too, sir. Jason saying Groupon didn't work for us either. We have found the community word of mouth is best. It is. So how do we do that? If we believe word of mouth is still the best way to get new business, how do we improve? How do we amplify that, as they say? How do we amplify that word of mouth where they're inspired, where they're running around telling everybody about you? Type it in. What do you think? If we understand word of mouth is still the best way to get new business, how do we amplify that? Go. Type it in. George is saying Groupon never worked for us either. Jay Elliott, for question with that comment, sir. I'm not sure what that means, Jay. Chris Moy, Groupon customers just looking for a cheap, good deal. Not truly interested in what we have to offer, okay? There's another person. And Chris Malloy's in Australia. David Rosenberg, same thing with ClassPass. Only there, oh yeah, ClassPass is another version of Groupon. There for price point, not culture of studio. Steve Ray, what's up, sir? Gina, how do you approach a situation when the parents want to take a break or pause coming? You let them. You absolutely let them. You know, because people genuinely that take a break want to take a break. They might have soccer. We have this one family, I kid you not, it's 2 girls. From September through January, they do soccer religiously. They've always have. January, they come strolling through the door. It's been this way for over 2 years now, man. I'm totally okay with that. Because again, what we're really talking about is, are they quitting forever, right, Gina? What's so important to me is that their exit out of my school is just as amazing as their entrance, right? We give them so much love when they walk through the door, and we give them so much guilt and negativity when they exit, right? You're a bad parent. What are you teaching your kid to be a quitter? You know, all those different tactics that they do to you to make you feel guilty. We do none of those things. You call me up right now and I answer this phone, guy. How you doing? What? Oh, you're stopping? Awesome, ma'am. Great. Your next due date is on the 1st? Okay, we'll discontinue your payment on the 1st. But please know that we'll be right here waiting for you. And if your son ever decides to continue their martial arts journey, we'll be right here with open arms. Thank you, ma'am. Have a great day. It's that simple. Then we'll follow up with a thank you postcard, Gina. A thank you postcard that says, again, thank you for allowing us to serve you. If there's anything we could have done better, please let us know. And if you ever want to continue your martial arts journey, we're right here with our arms wide open. Wow. Is that a lot of love? That's a lot of love. So when you ask me that question, Gina, about people taking breaks, what you're really dealing with is that discomfort of them stopping. Are you not? Are you not? What do you think of that? Ed saying the same. Big turnover with Groupon. Christian, good evening, Christian. So type that in, Gina, because I want to finish that. Jason Smith is saying we start the Excellent Kids program tomorrow. Myself and my entire staff are excited to begin it. I am too for you, sir. Talk to Virginia Conley. And I think she's added like 60 something Excellent Kids in like the past 2 months. It's crazy. But you know what? She's a mom. She gets it. So when she delivers Excellent Kids, she has such passion for it. Excellent Kids, for those of you who don't know, is my pre-K and kindergarten program that I wrote. But see what I'm getting at here? I write these programs because they have to be unique to my culture, right? And no, I'm not a writer. I can't do that. You don't have to know to go. Every great marketer was once a white belt. Every great black belt was once a white belt. Anybody who knows Facebook ads was once a white belt at Facebook ads. If you have the passion to know what's going to help your business and better express your culture, you know, and help you tell your story, why wouldn't you become a better writer? Why wouldn't you become better at Facebook ads? Why wouldn't you become better at any of those things? It doesn't make sense to me. And you know, I'm going to talk about that a lot in November. There's so many people that are still martial arts instructors that are masquerading as small business owners. You are not small business owners. You have no idea how to run a small business at all. And that's why you suffer. You need to move from being a martial arts instructor to being a successful small business owner. Can you still teach martial arts? Absolutely. I'm not telling you to get off the floor. I don't like that comment that they say, you got to work on your business, not in it. Hey, I found success, discipline, confidence, everything on that mat. I was born on that mat. I will die on that mat. That is life. That will never change. But I need to still put about a certain time aside to work on my business. That's a must. Hey, we got Krav Maga Anaheim over there at Instagram. He is saying Groupon was horrible for me. So see the consensus here, right? See the consensus that's happening? Wow. Mosama Morales. Welcome, Mosama Morales. Anybody coming on for the first time, we're giving away a $1,000 voucher to my 8-month mentoring program, It's Time. If you want to be eligible to win that, please put your name in by saying hello. So we see across the board, everybody's going Groupon sucks. Everybody here tonight is saying Groupon sucks. That's because when it first started, it worked well. They were very exclusive. They didn't let, you could be the only martial arts school in a 10-mile radius. They did all these different things to really help improve, keep the integrity of the brand. Then eventually everybody, I had a Groupon, the guy up the street had a Groupon, the guy across the street had a Groupon. So it lost its validity. It had no weight. And as we shared, how do you go from a Groupon to $199 a month? You don't. They aren't loyal to your brand. They don't care about your brand. So we're going to shelve that one, okay? Get rid of that. Ed saying community exposure. Okay, so going back to that, what I was saying to Gina is, if we believe word of mouth is the best way to get new business, how do we amplify that? Ed saying community exposure. Michael, by giving a good product. Jeremy, give, and give again. Yeah, Gary Vee will say that. Give, and then give some more. What is the ROI in caring? You can't even measure that. Service, great, but let's define that. Michael Stinson says he signed up most of his Groupon students. Okay, so there's somebody giving us a different sound. So Michael, let me ask you, sir. You've signed up most of your Groupon students. What is your current active base, and how many locations, and how long you've been open? Tell me that, Michael. Go. Jason Smith, they have to trust us first and show us the value of our culture. Yeah. And we build trust organically over time. I am not building trust with you through a Groupon. I'm not building trust with you walking through my door at $19.99. I will if you give me 4 weeks at $99. I will take 4 weeks to build that. I'm not going to sit there 2 weeks in and go, hey, if you upgrade now, I'll apply that $99 to it. I want you here for 4 weeks. I believe 4 weeks is the fundamental amount of time I need to start building trust, to plant seeds of healthy trust. Cool? What's up, Virginia? Virginia's here. Virginia, tell us how many excellent kids you have and how many months has it been? How many active, excellent kids? Cool? Krav Maga Anaheim, if I win, I will donate it to the school I know could use it since he's one of my clients. That's right. Ken is one of my clients for It's Time. So if he wins tonight, he's going to donate that $1,000 voucher to a school owner that needs it. Good for you, sir. Okay, so Jay, my question was posted higher in the comments and I think you missed it. Sorry about that, sir. Was in regards to an if and how to conduct your after-school 4-session character enrichment programs on site at the schools with graduation, mass enrollment at the end of the, my feeling about the satellite schools or the theater programs is they should do just that. The challenge with that, I believe I have an ulterior motive, Jay. My goal is to get you into my school. So I'm going to do 6 weeks. Then I'm going to invite you to my school for a graduation where you earn your white belt or you earn a yellow belt or whatever the case may be. Whatever it may be. And some people do really well with that. But we believe if we can get you into our school to begin with at 4 weeks in a uniform for $99, guess what? We have a better chance of you ending up becoming an active student, sir. If I'm going to do 6 weeks in a park and rec or some school, and then when it ends after 6 weeks, I do another 6 weeks and another 6 weeks, guess what? Nobody's ever going to sign up in my school. Why would they do that? It's convenient and more inexpensive to simply take it at the school where you're teaching it. You feel me? So I don't believe in 6 weeks that doing this mass enrollment at my school is something I want to do. We've tried it before and we didn't feel very successful about it. We kind of felt, I felt slimy, sir. I felt slimy to sit there because it was a bait and switch. I was going to have you six weeks and, wow you and then turn around and get you into my school. I believe I can get you into my school from day one with our trial. It's a much better experience. It's branded better and it's a more controlled environment, Jay, to really represent the culture of what we do. You're in some park and rec, you can't hang a banner, you can't really, unless it's matted the way your school is and everything else. Are they really experiencing your product at the highest level, Jay? It's kind of like if you go to one of these art and wine festivals and you eat some restaurant food out of a booth, on on the side there at an art and wine festival. All right, it's food. You're standing out there. It's hot. It's smoky, right? But then I turn around and go to your restaurant and I eat the same food. Would it be a different experience, Jay? What do you think? Christian, good evening. Virginia, excellent kids rocks. Gina, so answer that question, Jay. Yes, that Gina's saying that when people stop, their kids lose interest and do not come back. That's not true, ma'am. I've had people come back a year later. I have a kid who comes back every summer. Well, he's an adult. I call him a kid. Every summer he comes back from college and he trains and he just drop in. I think the big thing either way, Gina, is to leave that door so wide open that it's such an easy entry if they ever choose to come back. And that's just my feeling about that, Gina. Christian Behringer, consistency in learning, something new to help your school. Yeah, consistency in learning. George Ney, how do I get more info on Excellent Kids? Just go to the website, onemeritbadges.com, send an email to Lorraine Beliso Christie, or find her at Facebook, Lorraine Beliso Christie, and we'll get you going on that. Jeremy, I had a conversation with another owner and they brought up, if you go on vacation for 2 months, you don't stop paying your mortgage. Or if you don't use your car for a month, you still have car payments. If you don't, I've heard this one before. If you didn't go to the doctor for 5 months, you would still pay your health insurance every month. We freeze whenever as we don't do contracts, but they do. Thoughts? Well, I think there's an argument for that, but you know what? You're not my doctor. I need that. That's a must. I need health insurance. I need to pay my mortgage. I need to pay rent on my apartment. I think that's so silly. And when people say that, I just have to call that up. You know, I don't need martial arts from Joe E. Public's view, right? I don't need it. I do. I mean, I've done it since I was 5. I need it. But you see where I'm going with that? They're liking that to what? Your mortgage, your car you need. I mean, car is, for most people, is a necessity. It's not a luxury, right? Mortgage, car payments, health insurances. I think it's a much different thing, sir. It's a much different thing, Jeremy. Does anybody agree with me on that? Anybody? As K1's saying, make sure everybody says hello. Type in your name as you come aboard. Say hello, please, please, please. That way we can enter you into the drawing to get a $1,000 voucher for my It's Time mentoring program. Who agrees with me on that? You need to pay your mortgage if you own a home. You need to have medical insurance. But do you need martial arts? Go. See, but Michael, even though you're doing Groupon and you're signing up the majority of them, you have one location, 165 currently, you've been open 15 years. Now, you know, Melody did a great post about that. She said, you know, she's only ever had 180 to 200 students in her on-the-mat school when she had it. But you know what? The balance of her lifestyle, the ability to take her vacations and do the things she wants and close the school, there's nothing that can weigh that. So, Michael, I assume you're really happy with your school, the numbers you're doing, right? 15 years, 165. Tell me you're very happy with what you're doing and the type of revenue you're generating. Skylar's here. Sabunin Song is here. Pedro Vaca. Greg, what's up, Greg, from Kick It, Canada. Virginia Connolly. She has 48 active Excellent Kids now, started the program on May 8th. May, June, July, August, September, October. In 5 months, she has 48. I think that's good. That's net 10 a month, give or take those who don't, you know, sign up after the trial. That's net 10 a month. I think that's good for any one individual program. That's very good. Very good, very good. Hey, Karen. What's up, Skylar and Karen? Over here at Instagram, they're sharing with me, I never had a student quit and come back. But since working with you, when someone quits, I embrace it and make them feel great about quitting. And I even offer them a free month when they return. And what? And what? Since I've done that, I've had 3 people return after quitting. Make their exit, Gina, just as amazing as their entrance. But I know it. Our heart breaks when a student quits. I get that. But, you know, it breaks because I love them and I want to make a difference in their life. So trust that and give them as much love going out the door, Gina, as you do coming in. And I promise you, you leave the opportunities for them to return wide open. Jim, okay, we teach an offsite program at preschools like Primrose. It's ongoing at $99 per month, and they can do 1 class at the preschool and 1 class at the studio. I like that. I like that, Jim. It's a great way to go out and get students. Parents like the convenient class at school, but most come to the studio for another class each week. Often I get parents and siblings sign up at the studio. See, but I think that's a brilliant balance, Jim, because they are getting exposed to your culture right away. And so if they do one at Primrose and they come try it at your school, they go, wow, this is so much better environment. And they end up signing up at your studio. I like that. But I don't want to do a 6-week window where they don't come to my school, then they simply come for a graduation at the end. You feel me? So Jay, that's why I say that. I like that idea. Jay, if you can get them into your school right away to taste the culture, I think that's very cool. It's very cool. St. George, Utah's in the house. Katuik Kidon, Kempo Karate. Chris Barringer, come to the dojo with respect. Jeremy answered, agreed, but to each their own. Yeah, and see, that's it. I think the big thing I understand about critical thinking, I'm not asking you to do it my way, because this is my life. This is my space. This is my race. You know, I don't pay your rent. I don't feed your family, right? What I have to offer you is simply my opinion. Only if we have shared values will you choose to embrace them and maybe work them into the culture of your school. But what I'm hoping by my example is to inspire you, is to find a way to be successful on your terms. But first, decide what success means to you. For me, it was $1 million. I swear, growing up dirt poor in the Mission, I thought $1 million was a lot of money. I don't think that way anymore. You know, what we're going to do, 1.9 million, my real estate investments, everything else. I don't think $1 million is a lot, but that was the number I had in my brain. I want to make $1 million in the school because then I would have arrived. Then I made that million and I hadn't arrived. I needed to make more opportunities for my team. So we opened another school, and we'll only open more schools if my team needs it. It's not about monetary anymore. The quality of life for me is hanging out with my son today on his birthday, doing his party yesterday, you know, on Friday, taking him to the movies. Thursday, I was where? At our swimming pool. You see those posts, and I don't mean them to brag. I mean them because the potential's there. If you really take your business from being a martial art instructor to really being a successful small business owner to really being an entrepreneur, there are steps in that transition. Okay, there are steps. Cool. Greg, we charge $50 to keep account active. Okay, but it's no benefit. Greg, you charge me $50 to keep my account active. What benefit is that for me? Why can't I just quit and come back if I feel it, right? If I feel it. Why not? You know, growing up, that was the brilliant thing about the martial arts. You know, the student sought out the great teacher. He had no problem getting students. I mean, my dad's school was packed growing up. It's pretty crazy. You know, and now because I'm not going to say across the board, I'm just going to say because we don't spend enough time investing into our curriculum. We don't spend enough time training our team, writing the systems. We need this smoke and mirrors, you know, salesman thing. We need that. Remember my friend from Germany said, you know why we have contracts? Because our programs are weak. So the only way we can keep them here is with a contract. Now, I'm not saying everybody's that way. I'm just asking you to please ask yourself, how much time do you invest in bettering your current curriculum? How much time do you invest in training your team? How much time do you invest writing the systems to better the experience? How much time do you spend each week? And that's a very, very important part, because that's the food in the restaurant. That's the wait staff serving the food. You feel me? All right. Bud, yep. Greg, Christian, come to the dojo with respect. Leave the dojo with respect. Pedro, Virginia, Don, Chris Malloy, I love your passion and honest response. I agree. You know, and it is what it is. I'm not going to tell you to buy my products or do things my way. And I'm just hope that, you know, I write these programs to show you that you can do them too. You just have to be clear about them. I didn't know 400 schools worldwide would be using one merit badges. I just knew I was on the mat every day, and I needed to write a system that really, you know, promoted life skills at such a level that our martial arts curriculum did. That's all that was. You know, anytime you do something to make money by itself, I think there's something really wrong with that. Jay, I use it as a way to give back to the schools and reinforce what the teachers and schools teach their students. Cool. I like it. So he's out there in the schools doing that. It's only 4 sessions, 2 weeks. They earn a badge and a white belt. Cool. I love it, Jay. You know, but the big thing, if you're trying to do mass enrollments and I'm not big on those words. I don't want mass enrollments. I want to organically build one relationship at a time based upon trust, based upon experiences that we create together. That's just how I hear that, you know, for me. They earn a badge, and I just simply say at the end of the graduation. Some of you have asked how your child can continue training. If you're interested, please stop at the front desk on your way out, and we'll give you some information. Otherwise, thank you for your participation in Burley Elementary's Be Your Best program this year, and have a wonderful day. Yeah, the last one we did, we had 15 kids do the program, and 10 of them enrolled. Very good. And it's non-salesy, by the way. Good. Very good. Very good. You know, again, everybody has a different way. And I think the brilliance of life is when you can learn to be successful and profitable on your terms, right? On your terms. And that's the brilliant thing. That's what I love about what I do. I developed a business model that nobody was successful at. A lot of people out there don't do bell testing fees, enrollment fees, contracts, but they're not very successful financially. I've proven, because I know we're in the top 1%. You know, for a school with 3,700 square feet, doing over $1 million a year, I know we're in the top 1% for a fact, for a fact. And with that said, I've learned to be successful on my terms. And that's all I'm challenging you to do. Be successful on your terms. Cool? But in my experience, when people quit, they feel ashamed because they're leaving, so they never come back. That's true. So if you add to that shame by putting guilt on top of it, what? You're teaching your kid to be a quitter, blah, 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 blah. It's horrible. So we're very passionate about listening to that. When a parent quits, some do it through an email, and we just accept that. We're not going to call you out and call you up and why are you quitting. Some people will do it in a phone call. Some people will walk the kid in and make them tell us themselves. No matter what way they come through your door to quit, please offer them love on the way out. Can you create that Disney experience when someone's quitting? That's an art. That's an art. And if you can do that, like Ken's saying, the door is wide open and 3 people came back that probably wouldn't have had he guilt them and held them to a contract or whatever the case may be. Jay, I obviously get exposure in new enrollment, but implementing your philosophy of service and experience through this program and not soliciting our school at all has seemed to work well. I was just curious if you did it to make it better. You know, we have, but again, I think I have a better opportunity of converting a trial if from day one they're in my school, experiencing it here. Think again, the guy selling the food on the side of the road out of a food truck or going to his restaurant. It's a much different experience, isn't it, Jay? It's a much different. So I want to increase those odds of that trial converting by having them come into my school. God, I like that food truck analogy. Does anybody see that? Eating food off that food truck or going to the actual restaurant. Night and day, isn't it? That's how I look at feeder systems, those satellite schools. Da-da-dun, that's a disruptor. Write that down. Share that with anybody that challenges you on that. Kevin, Bud. Yeah, but I should say they've been made to feel ashamed. Don't do that, please. Wish them love. Wish them love. They can. Greg, then they pay the current tuition rate. That's okay. That's okay. Because that's good for you, Greg. Instead of doing a $50 hold your account fee, which I may or may not ever come back to, right? If I do choose to come back, then I pay the current rate. That's better for you. I'm challenged when a lot of people grandfather people in at this old rate and they keep them at this old rate forever. Mat space is mat space. I look out on my mat, I see 20 people. I want to know they're paying $25 each. That would work really well for me. I don't want to see this guy's free, he's paying $10, he's paying 20, he's paying 25. That doesn't work, sir. That doesn't work. It should be the same amount across the board. That makes sense. That makes sense. Martial arts is a luxury sport activity that students may not need in everyday life. I agree with you, Ed. We always must have our customer service on your daily buzz operations. Not like a car, home, internet, food at any time you can replace. You're right, sir. See, and that's what I'm trying to say. When people say that to me, I just cringe. I need to pay my mortgage. That home is for my kids, right? When I'm dead and gone. I need medical insurance. I'm 55. I need medical insurance for my kids and me. I don't need martial arts. So you can't compare the two. I think it's ludicrous to compare the two. And when someone tells me that, I'm going, you rationalize your behavior there, buddy. You're really reaching out on that one. You are. And if you're going to tell me that, and when I'm sitting there talking to you, you know, about not letting me put my membership on hold or freeze, there's no Disney experience there. You've lost my business. And as soon as this contract's over, I'm out the door. How many of you have done that and have been there? You know? Anyone's video frozen? Anyone's frozen? Pedro saying, my son's school's PTA and PTA want me to be president of the PTA. I highly recommend it, sir. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it, Pedro. My wife is on the PTA board. We are so entrenched. We just paid $500 for each of my kid to get these PTA perks. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nobody cares what you know until they know that you care. If you're in there genuinely giving to the PTA, not selling your martial arts, Pedro, and they see that organically, you'll be amazed how kids will end up at your school. They will. They will. They will. Oh, uh-oh. Instagram just ended. Hopefully they come over here and find us. Hopefully they will. They will. All right? Hopefully they will. Because I can't go back into Instagram. It doesn't let me do that until the thing's loaded. All right, so let's get down to it. I would, Pedro, so going back to that, absolutely, Pedro, I would absolutely get on the PTA. We're on the Chamber of Commerce. Anytime you can immerse yourself into the 3 to 5 mile radius of your demographic, Pedro, it's going to be huge for you. It will. But see, the big thing, what's my ROI? I want my return on investment right now, right now, right now. Not when it comes to building trust, not when it's to showing that you're a business that cares. It just doesn't work that way. It doesn't. But we're living proof. You know, people used to say, well, your first school's an anomaly. It's personality driven. I'm not there. So I stopped going there. Well, it's just an anomaly. It's one school doing $1 million a year. Well, Millbrae's 2.5 years in will do $900,000 this year. I think that's something that we can say service works, right? A whole new demographic. Here we are. And we're at $900,000 we're going to do this year. Actually, $880. But hopefully, if things go really well in this last quarter, and our last quarter is always our best quarter, we'll break that $900,000. Do we have an email flow for those exiting your schools? It's one email, sir. One. We don't bombard you. You know, we do ask, though, can we keep you on our mailing list? You might want to come to Parents' Night Out. You know, once you're family here, you're always family. You want to come to Parents' Night Out, you know, the different events that you've experienced, be it the Easter party, all those different things, or you might want to do day camp. So we keep that wide open. But basically, the email is one email, sir, just like the postcard. You know, just like the postcard. It'll say, thank you for allowing us to serve you. If there's anything we could have done better, please share, because we constantly want to improve upon what we do. And if you ever want to continue your martial arts journey, know we're right here with open arms. We send that in a postcard to a kid, and we send that to an email to the parent. And that's it. That's it. And if they want us to remove them from the email list and all that, we happily do it. Happily do it. Again, I want that Disney experience. I want you to go out the door just as wonderful as you came in the door. And we have the position and the ability to influence that, or not. You're teaching your child to be a quitter. I'm holding you to the contract. What kind of parenting is that? They've quit. See, the big thing is they quit months ago. It's like when someone's breaking up with you. Are they breaking up with you that day when they tell you they want to break up? No, they broke up with you months ago. You just didn't see it. So the thing I love about not having contracts, every day we step on that mat, we are on the firing line. You could quit any day you walk through that door. Any day. So we teach better, we serve at a higher level, and we consistently improve the quality of what we do. I love it. I don't think it's volatile at all. I love being in that position each and every day. I tell myself when I'm putting on my uniform, I cannot have a bad class, ever. Just like a chef cannot serve bad food, ever. Ever. You feel me? Hey, what's up, Ashlyn? Scott! Michael Stinson, what's your stance on family discounts? Well, for us, we have San Francisco is one of the most childless cities in the nation, sir. So I know the basic formula seems to be the first 2 family members are full price, and everybody else is free. I've seen that. We work on a simple scale. The first person is full price. The second person is 20% off. The third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth is 25% off. And we think that's fair. And that's what we do. But again, you know, the challenge with that, Michael, when you're looking on the floor, is what is your student value, right? I mean, that's important. We're in prime real estate everywhere we go. Prime real estate. I'm in a relevant location. I'm very passionate of that old mantra of location, location, location. That's very big for me, sir. Very big. James Parker, Ray Lucas. Man, people still coming aboard. Samantha. George, if I were to go to month from contract, should I charge more for it? There's a 4% cost of living every year. Have you done that every year? Have you raised your tuition by 4% every year? Or every 2 years at 8% or 10%? I would hope so. I would hope so, sir. Every 2 years, we increase our tuition by about $10. That's what we do. It's fair. It's just. It's right. So again, when we rolled in belt testing fees and all those other things, remember our belt fees were nominal, $35 4 times a year. It never got any higher. So we rolled it in. We just increased our tuition by $10, sir. And if there's no other additional value, George, right? It's the same value. The only difference is it's month to month versus contracts. The value, the service is the same. Why would you increase the tuition? That doesn't make sense to me. But again, as I shared, if you haven't raised your tuition in 2 years, 4% a year, sir. We're at $199. That's 200. What's 10% of that? Right? What's 10%? $20. So guess what? In 2 years, we're going to increase it by $20 or do 10 a year, until it goes higher. Yeah. Kevin, what's up, Kevin? Man, we got a lot of people still coming aboard. Man, this is so amazing. So my Instagram folks, have you moved over here? I wonder if the Instagram folks moved over here. Let's see. Come on, get those last minute questions in. Instagram ended at an hour. So when Instagram ends at an hour, that tells me, oh, there you go. We're going to get back on Instagram. Hey, Instagram folks, we're back. Sorry, after an hour, Instagram cuts us off. You are hanging out with me, Brannon Beliso. This is Success Never Sleeps, presented by Rainmaker Membership Systems and Software. Ken, you moved over from Instagram. Good for you, Ken. Jeremy, $139 twice a week includes testing and parents' night out. $169 unlimited includes testing and P&L. Good for you, Jeremy. Good for you. And I believe if you constantly improve, if we raised our tuition every 2 years, in 2 years, no one would be enrolling. Okay, if you believe that's where your demographics at, Jeremy, then I'm going to challenge you to improve your instruction, review your curriculum, better your instructional videos, better your systems, train your team to do it better than you, improve that Disney experience, and I believe in 2 years you'll be able to justify that, and people will stay. You know why, Jeremy? They will find value in it. See, when you tell me that, if we raised our tuition every 2 years, in 2 years no one would be enrolling. I would say, I would challenge you to have more confidence in the service and the product and the team delivering it is giving. How about that? Anybody agree with me? Stephen, trunk and treat at a community. We are one of 8 vendors. What would you do? Well, I think the problem with the trunk and treat, everyone's got, the back of their trunk open, right? And you're one of 8 vendors. Well, what can we do, folks? Any ideas? Critical thinkers? What can we do? Maybe use a flatbed, maybe decorate it really, really well, have good music, Monster Mash, things like Thriller, good music playing, maybe put someone in a karate uniform with a rocket raccoon dude from Guardians of the Galaxy. The point is you want to attract people to your trunk or treat, right? That's the goal. I would definitely, whatever candy I give them, I would attach some kind of rack card to it. Maybe get the smaller bags of M&Ms and attach that to a rack card, small thing, whether it's 2 weeks free and a uniform, 1 month free uniform, something of value. Again, what will it draw kids into your booth? Maybe what if you push your car back a little bit, Stephen, and did like the pseudo, but not too scary because you got younger kids, haunted house in front of it. Would that be cool? Right? Sure, we could break a board. We could do all that. The goal is I want those kids in my booth. So maybe, they have those bubble machines with the fog inside the bubble. I think that's pretty cool. How about get a couple of those, Stephen? Right? Those bubble machines. Have anyone ever see those? The ones with the fog? Hey, what's up, Aspire Martial Arts? On Instagram. Anyone ever see the bubbles with the fog inside of them? Get a couple of those machines. Have music playing. Have people dressed up. Create a party atmosphere. Have a lot of people hanging out. Do something more than candy for the kids. Maybe set up a coffee station with hot cocoa for the parents. How about that? Again, think about what the other 7 people are doing, Stephen, and do something 10 times better. Are all those good ideas? Yeah, I know why you're charging $50 to keep them at the same rate, but odds are after time, $50 means nothing. If they're not coming back, they're not coming back. You know what I mean? And it is better for you, sir. There's cost of living increases. You want everybody paying the current rate. We have, 980 members. They're all paying the current rate. Nobody's grandfathered in at some low rate from 10 years ago. I don't agree with that. I just don't. Pedro, I agree. Better for you. Yes, it is, Greg. Set a tent. Yeah, Ed. Maybe set a tent and hang some Halloween decorations. Do a bobbing for apples. Maybe have toilet paper rolls and you wrap them up like a mummy, and different things. Just really think outside the box, Stephen. I'm sure you've been to enough of these trunk and treat at a community where you see what people do the same old thing, right? What can you do and amplify it? Right? Take the best. If you had to look at all those different vendors, all 8 of them, Stephen, and I like that part, I like that part, I like that part. Take it all and then amplify it. Amplify it big time, okay? All right, next question. Jason, we are doing the community trunk or treat also. We're going to do the cotton. Yeah, God, thank you, Jason. I forgot about the cotton candy machine. Duh. The cotton candy machine. Yeah, right. But we're going to add the awesome idea of coffee because it's going to be cold out there, right? So imagine if you had something set up. I don't know if it's feasible because parents are walking around, but if you had a place for them to cop a squat, Jason, to just sit for a minute, right? Right? Just sit there and have a cup of coffee or hot cocoa while the kids go from the different 8 vendors. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh, Jason, how about this? How about this? We do trick-or-treat runs every 15 minutes. Parents, come to our booth. We will take the kids to the other 8 trunks while you sit here, take a load off your feet, and have a cup of tea or coffee or hot cocoa. Whoa! What about that? What about that? What about that? Does anybody feel that? Great idea to put a VIP pass on the candy. I'm going to do that even at my house. We do it. Yeah. Here's what we do with our candy. We will sit there and ask a parent, can we give you a bag of candy? Right now, always the M&Ms because they attach really well with a staple to the rack card. Then we turn around and give that parent an extra bag with nothing on it. Why? Why do you think we give you one bag with rack cards on it, then we give you a second bag with nothing on it? Go. Ed does a costume contest. Harvey Kennedy, what's happening? All the new people coming aboard. Well, our numbers are growing, people. I keep looking up in the corner. The numbers are getting bigger. As you come aboard, say hello, get entered to the drawing to win $1,000 voucher. $1,000 voucher, right? For my 8-month mentoring program, It's Time. Cool? Anybody feel that last one? I think that's brilliant. Texas, not going to be cold, but free water. Okay. An awesome idea turned into a disruptor idea. You feel me, Jason? That's what I'm about. We took something, we amplified it. Imagine if you could sit there and be able to cop a squat with a cup of coffee and just sit there while this martial arts guy is, and your team is walking them from trunk to trunk to trunk to trunk and bringing them back full circle and then taking another group of kids and another group of kids. That's awesome. And get one of those Keurigs, something cool where they could do something cooler than just coffee in a styrofoam, right? Maybe something a little cooler and have something set aside for them, Jason. Maybe some really cool brownies just for the parents because they don't want to eat freaking candy. There's tons of candy. Maybe do something cool for the parents where it's just for the parents. Man, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Water's fine, Stephen, but maybe do something more. Maybe do, I don't know, iced tea, sweet tea, something more than just water. I don't know. Ray Lucas. Good evening, Ray Lucas, sir. Kevin wants to be entered into that drawing. Our numbers are still growing, folks. We got to get out of here soon. We do. Oh, you guys, we started at 7:30. It's 8:42. You guys are too much, man. Critical thinkers, you're alive. And somebody said that they criticized that we called it critical thinker. Critical, the word by itself, I could see have a negative connotation, but a critical thinker, somebody that's thinking past the norm, thinking deeper, disrupting an industry, finding new ways. I can't tell you how much it helps my business when people walk through the door and go, that guy across the street has contracts. The guy over there has contracts. He wants to charge me enrollment fee. Did you do all that stuff? No, sir, we do not. We believe on earning your business every time you come to class. And if we don't deserve it. And he looks at me like I'm freaking nuts. Like we're nuts. That's what a disruptor's about. Jason Smith, boom, right? Boom, Jason. I love it. I love it. I love it. And if you can go the extra mile and like Ed's saying, put up a little tent, a canopy, and maybe put some lights on it, some Halloween lights on it, and it's cash and they can sit in a circle and just chill, knowing their kids. Oh, talk about building trust instantly. Talk about building trust. How cool is that? You're going to let me walk your kid around to the 8 other cars so you can sit here and have a cup of coffee? That is amazing. Curtis Hammond, good evening, sir. You got it, Don. If Don wins, he's going to pass his name on to someone else. That's so cool. Don is one of my clients, and so is Ken. All right, so we're going to start slowing this down. Start typing in your takeaways for tonight. And I love to summarize these takeaways because they always open the door to some other thoughts to take with you. So stay with us, folks, and then we'll do our drawing towards the end, okay? Start typing in those takeaways. And people see this behind us all the time. This is our mission statement. We are one, a community, dedicated to serving you in every moment to live your best life. It hangs above both of our waiting areas. This one's behind the front desk in Millbury because we own it. We own it. And if we're not fulfilling that on a daily basis, it's super important. That's one of the reasons my school's called One. You won't walk into either location and see my diploma, see my trophy, see a picture of me. It's not about me. It's about one. We're a collective of people. We're one. Right? We're one person, literally. And that again is because I know my why, I know my purpose, I define my values, I created my brand, we grew a culture and a team, and everything came out of that. But that kind of work, most martial arts schools never do. They never do it, and that's why they get stuck. And because you're still a martial arts instructor, moonlighting as a successful small business owner. It's a different world out there. You've got to go through those other steps. Ask Ken. Ken, tell them, Ken. Right? How much better your school's doing now that you focus on your brand and your why and your purpose, everything. Talk to Dean Wilkerson, talk to Chris Malloy. It's an amazing time, this movement that we have where service is the new profit. It's an amazing time because I'm seeing people, gain the benefits, and it's a beautiful thing. You know what it does? And I'm seeing this especially for Virginia. They're two small schools, but they're able to hang with the big boys because those big boys are singing contracts, belt fees, upgrades, and they're coming in as a disruptor, doing business differently, that mom and pop serve you well, and it's equaling profitability. That's the other thing I love about it. Now imagine if you can do it on a bigger scale like us with 3,700 square feet, 600 students in one location, 380 in the other. We can still be the mom and pop, still serve people, they'll still do the right thing by people and stand out from all these other schools that are contracts, upgrades, belt fees, enrollment fees, equipment fees, all that. Right? It's powerful, people. I'm telling you, it's powerful. Takeaways: make their exit just as great as their entrance. Never do something just to make money by itself. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Jason, I look forward to the opportunity to invest in your mentoring program. Absolutely, sir. AK1, put in there the event coming up in November. Try to come out and make it. It's already halfway sold out. You want to get signed up for It's Time Live Encore. Stay for 1 day, just November 12th. Stay for 2 days, November 11th and 12th, or stay for 4 days. That 4-day experience will blow your mind. People come from Germany. I know people are coming over from England, Liam Richard and his wife. People come, ask Greg. He comes from Canada. People come in from Australia because it really is a 4-day intensive that will blow your mind. Will blow your mind. It'll take you to a whole new level of understanding because it's not just about making money. It's about being happy. It's about creating quality of life. It's about finding the balance. It's about defining things for yourself so clearly that you wake up every day with a sense of serenity and peace that's unmatched by any amount of money you could possibly earn. Any amount. Okay, Kevin's saying, wow, a lot of people still here. You guys are amazing. For Kevin, Ravenhawk. Kane, I love that. The Disney experience, earn your students at every class. We do. See that old thing, I'm the master, you're the lowly student. You're going to pay me for lessons, and you're going to help teach for free, and you're going to clean the mats and stuff at night. What the heck? What the heck? It's the other way around. I am a servant of the community. I am here to serve. I'm grateful you choose to be here. So every time you choose to be here, I'm going to serve you well on that mat. And if you choose to go, I'm going to serve you just as well going out the door. Jason Smith, 1, be a critical thinker. 2, make their exit just as important. We've heard that a couple of times, good. Always be improving your business. It is. That Japanese, the Kaizen theory of Toyota, constant improvement, constant. If I'm constantly improving my instruction, constantly improving my service, constantly improving my team, constantly improving systems, how does profitability not go hand in hand with that? I just don't see that. That doesn't make any sense. If I'm improving every element of my business and word of mouth is the best way to get new business, guess what? Organically, I'm going to get more referrals. You agree? Who agrees with me on that? Type that in. Don, focus on improving your service. Good. Don't hold parents, students hostage. Yeah, don't do that. That's like Imagine if a girl broke up with you and you say, well, we got a 90-day cancellation fee. So you got to hang out with me for another 90 days. I can't believe some people have a 90-day cancellation or even 60. We don't even have a 30-day. We let you go. When you want to go, you go. Again, like any relationship, doesn't it sound ludicrous? Oh, you broke up with me? Now I have a 30-day cancellation. You got to date me for another 30 days. Isn't that laughable? That's just laughable. Ken and Ken, I'll share this with you. It's amazing. It's freeing. Instead of worrying about where the next students are coming from, I know I'm free to work on the things that matter. Culture, curriculum, etc. And now the school is growing because those things should have happened first before you ever opened your door. That's why when you work with me in my mentoring program, we take that time to define your values. We take that time to brand you properly. We take that time to create a culture and a why. We grow that tribe organically. We create those raving fans, and it happens. It happens. And people say, well, how do I get 10 new students? They want instant gratification. There is no instant gratification in growing a successful small business. And there is no instant gratification in building trust. There simply is not. Paul Martell, what's happening, sir? People still coming aboard. Ed, superior customer service community activity. Superior, I like that. Superior, the best customer service ever. Cool, so we have the event in November. My new book, Live, Learn, and Grow. It is a self-help, self-discovery book. Everybody expected a business book out of me, and I chose not to do that. When I did my TED Talk last year and I was writing the book at that time, I really decided I wanted to expose myself. I wanted to be as transparent, as honest, as humble. I mean, I got my butt in the wind in this book. You learn things about my life that are pretty revealing and pretty humbling. But I figured if I could share with you, if I could come from this, I could come from this and get to that. It's super powerful. It's super powerful. It might inspire that you can too. Lucy in Wonderland for the trunk or treat was saying maybe someone performing a karate set. Sure. Demo team could be there at the trunk or treat. That never hurts. That never hurts. But what I would do is get the kids out there in their Halloween costumes with my team, demoing together, teaching them 3 moves right there on the spot. Lucy in Wonderland, and then boom, they're performing in front of their parents. How about that? That's even cooler, right? That's even cooler. So my book, Live, Learn, and Grow's out. I have a great children's series. We finished the first one, Focus. It's the Adventures of Bray and Tay. It's about my kids. So they go on adventures, and the first adventure is Focus. Now we're working on confidence. Buy them in bulk. Give them out to kids at birthday parties. Have them in your pro shop. Why? Because if you can cultivate an environment of life skills education, you set yourself apart from soccer and everything else. Cool? And then what else do I have? Oh, if you want more learning, K1's loading up every one of these Success Never Sleeps to YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you have endless learning. Endless learning. And ask Chris Malloy. He buys my e-products of my seminars, my live events. It's Time Live 2017, It's Time Live 2016. He buys these events. He watches them, and he's always here at Facebook Live for our Success Never Sleeps. This man has added 300 students in 20 months. I'm blown away. I'm freaking blown away. Imagine, Chris, if you had me in your back pocket and I was working with you personally as your mentor. That'd be pretty cool. Yep, absolutely, Chris. You can get, when you come visit me from Australia, Chris, you can pick up, any of the kids' books. Absolutely. Wait till you see the new coloring sheets we have coming out. They're pretty powerful too. All right, we all good? We all good? Yeah, Jason Smith is saying the e-products are life-changing. Thank you. But I'm going to ask everybody to do here, because we know this event is free by the grace of Rainmaker Membership Systems and Software. And we just put out the word to get more sponsors. Rainmaker just raised the bar, and they're sending me $2,000 a month to do these events now. Is that pretty amazing? Now, I don't mean to call them out like that, but I do. That's pretty amazing. I used to do a 1-hour webinar monthly. And then when I had this innovation to do this Facebook Live 2 to 3 days a week, and we started planting seeds, and now it's grown. We had 1,000 people last Sunday, 896 live with us. That's insane. And it's only growing and growing. What I can ask you to do, please, is please share this with everybody that you can that would benefit. Anyone who's stuck, who's sour to the martial arts, doesn't like the old guard, the old way of doing things. They want, they're stuck. They need somebody to unstick them. That would be me. That would be me and this new movement that we're working on, okay? Chris Malloy, you're too funny. And Jason, Rainmaker rocks. They do. They really do. You know, I didn't even know that. That's how Scott is. My secretary told me, well, what happened was I released sponsorship materials. We're now seeking sponsors for Success Never Sleeps. Of course, they have to be in line with my values. I'm not going to just take on any sponsor. So you can be confident whatever sponsor we work with, we share the same values, okay? So then I didn't know it, so I sent the new sponsorship materials over to Rainmaker. And then Michael says, can I talk to you? I said, whoa, did I do something wrong? So we got on the phone. He goes, now this is all great. Did you know that Scott's sending you $1,000 twice a month? I said, no, I never see that. You know, because it goes straight to my secretary. They enter it, and I never see that. So I went to my secretary, and lo and behold, Rainmaker's giving me a raise. And I didn't even ask for it. Isn't that cool? That's just cool. But see, I mean, that's the difference. You know, that's the difference between innovation, disruptors, critical thinkers, people who put service first. That's the difference. That's the difference. Just powerful stuff, man. And I'm grateful. Okay, so no more takeaways for tonight? Any more takeaways for tonight before we poll the winner? The winner. Lots of hearts, lots of Chris Malloy, Jason Smith, everybody's there. Okay. All right, so K1, let's poll the winner for tonight. Drum roll. $1,000 voucher. It's a $1,000 voucher for my 8-month mentoring program. If you pay it in full, plus the $1,000 voucher, it's not going to cost you $8,000. It's going to cost you $6,200 to spend 8 months with me, to have me at the fingertips, ready to talk to you anytime you need. I get people at 12 o'clock. What do you think of this logo? People ask me about colors. We talk about mission statements. We talk about parents, all those things. It's so much more than just the 8-month course that you take. Ask Ken. And I think that's what's different. That's why I can only handle so many clients at once, because I want to be there for you. That's very important for me. I don't want you to fail. Tonight's winner is Michael Stinson of Quest Martial Arts. Michael Stinson. Michael Stinson, are you there? Michael Stinson. John Miller, I'm back. James Cameron, what's up, Jimmy J? Stephen Beaver, congrats to Michael Stinson. Let's see if Michael's here. K1, congrats, Michael. Chris Malloy, congrats. Yeah, give him some love. Michael Stinson, I'm there with a big smile on his face. There you go, sir. You are our winner. So if you do choose and you want to invest in that 8-month mentoring program, sir, you can save a lot of money now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Cool? Lucy in Wonderland over at Instagram is saying, is there a lot of kids that started without knowing English, or am I the one? No, we have a lot of kids that don't speak English that come over from China, especially being in San Francisco, one of the main ports closest to China. We have a lot of kids that train with us that don't speak English. Remember, visual learning is 85% of what kids do. So it's super important that visually we demonstrate things at a level 10. We teach at a level 10. So we're the best example for the kids to follow, whether it's a push-up, Lucy, or any of those things. Cool? Kevin! Kevin said he'll take it, Michael, if you don't need it. I'm sure there's a number of people that would take it here if you don't need it. Maybe you have to put it up at eBay there, sir. Yeah, that's okay, Lucy. She said she started only knowing Russian. That's fine. We get that in San Francisco a lot. Kids will come in that only speak Russian, only speak Mandarin, so it happens all the time. We just make sure to enhance the learning by pre-framing the parents, having them watch the instructional videos so that they're ready before they come to class. There's ways around that, sir. There's a lot of ways around that. All right. So I'm going to start wrapping this up. First of all, I want to thank K1. He helps facilitate these for me now. He's posting good stuff for you, getting your names down, does all the pre-stuff, gets it out there. He's doing a great job, so I'm grateful for K1. I want to thank my sponsors, Rainmaker, membership systems and software. What I love about Scott and the gang is if something's wrong, they're going to make good on it. I love the live chat. You know, that's right there, the live help. I love the videos, and I love that they make things right when they're not, because if you expect any software to be perfect, you're insane. You're insane. There will be glitches. Things will go down. It's just, what do you do about it, right? And don't promise me something you're not going to do, and that's important too. Any salesman tell you their software does everything, run the other way. It does not. Software is a beast. You have to spend a lot of time learning about it. That's why they're coming to town here on October 13th. Anybody in the area, you want to come do a Rainmaker workshop, it's from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on October 13th. It's called Rapid Start. Just go to the Rainmaker page and get signed up for the Rapid Start event, and that's going to be 6 hours of intensive learning. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you understand Rainmaker and all the different things it can do to help you, it makes a huge difference. It's the brain of our business. It is. It's replaced a program director where I've got no office. I have no program director. We have a 20-year-old girl running the front desk, 21 in Millbrae. Everything's just a transaction at the front desk. I kid you not. I kid you not. All right. Are we good? Are we good? So I want to thank everybody once again. You are a disruptor. You are a critical thinker. You are the architect of your business. Expect no less, right? Stop blaming people for your life. Get in there. Make it happen. Find a way to be successful based upon your values, your vision, your purpose. Cool? All right, until we catch each other again, this is Brannon Beliso. Success never sleeps. I mean, it never sleeps. And go to brannonbeliso.com/itstime/live. Get signed up. Thank you, everybody, so much. I want to stay with you. I tell you, I just want to stay here with you guys. It's probably one of the most amazing things I get to do on a weekly basis now. And just having all your questions here, it's just, what a gift. Did I hear you say you were giving out a couple of cotton candy machines? I think I need to do that, Carlos. How about that, K1? The next Success Never Sleeps, I'm going to give out a cotton candy machine. I'm going to ship it to your door. How's that sound? Carlos just called me out. We're going to raise the bar. So for the people that are still here, you heard it first. We're going to give away a cotton candy machine. A cotton candy machine, which I will order at Amazon. I will ship to your door. I will cover all the charges, and it will be yours. How's that sound? Does that sound good, everybody? Who's with me on that? Anybody? All right. Hey, I'm out of here. I got to go. Really, I do. Until we talk again, folks, please, please, please go out there and live your best life.